What's going on, guys? Jada Black here. Shout out to everyone that's tuning in. I want to react to this video from this woman who responded to a question about the worst thing she's ever done to someone physically and mentally. Because you don't really hear about women speaking about how they abuse men, right? Not necessarily physically, but a lot of times mentally. All right. Now, this particular woman, and we're going to get into this video. We're going to react to this video. I've already seen it, and there's a lot to unpack with this video. And we're going to step by step, we're going to go through it because there's a lot here. Not only is this woman admitting to how she used to enjoy manipulating the minds of men, but also how she talks about how she finessed a large sum of money out of that particular guy, used his trauma against him. Does that sound familiar to y'all? Because I've heard women say this before. I've seen how women have used a man's background and his trauma to manipulate him. That's why, you know, when you tell women your deepest, darkest secrets, they use it against you. You know, you don't really see men use it against the women that they're with, but you will see women do it because you have a lot of these women who feel powerless. A lot of these women who may have grown up in messed up backgrounds. And again, this is no excuse, but I'm just telling you how it is. They have no empathy. You know, even though she's making this video and she's talking about how she didn't really say she felt bad, but she's alluding to how she kind of feels bad about the things that she has done. Maybe because somebody probably did it to her. I believe somebody finally was able to finesse her and break her heart. And now she's having this come to Jesus moment. So we're going to get into this video. Make sure y'all like this video and share it.
Can I ask what's one of the worst things you've done to a person physically or mentally? So yeah, you can. This is going to be gross and it's embarrassing. And I know that, like, it doesn't matter that it's embarrassing to me. What matters is that it's wrong. So I'm prefacing this with this is wrong and you shouldn't do this to people. And if you find yourself relating to what I say, then maybe you should get some help. That's all. So
I just hope she got help.
I always viewed relationships as like mental chess. So I was always doing everything that everything that I said and did was planned and thought out to get reactions and to like get people to do certain things. So I pushed people to really bad places.
So she's admitting right there that a lot of the manipulative things that she does is planned out. There's a lot of women like her. They're very manipulative. They read you. And they're able to figure you out and they use that against you. And that's what she did. And so when you see a lot of these relationships that are very, very dysfunctional, I guarantee you that woman is using that man's trauma against him and he's rebelling against it. Because it's, and a lot of these women, that's just who they are. They just, when they get into these arguments and they're losing it, they will bring up past traumas. That's what they do. They'll talk about the fight that you lost. They'll talk about the things that you told them. That's what they do. Whenever you see a woman drag a man through the mud, they always bring up things from his childhood or things from his family that he told her.
Like, I would push people mentally to very distraught places, to very traumatized places, to, like, I would pull them into their trauma. Like, I would figure out their trauma and their trigger.
See, this is what I mean, man. See, these women will do research on you and they will they will ask you questions, probably when you're in bed, when you're in your most vulnerable state. They will ask you questions. They will pry. It's not because they just love you and want to know everything about you. It's because they want to use that against you. And what happens is, and we see it a lot, like when you see women who are able to get their boyfriends to fight their exes or to like take the life of their exes, what happens is those women use like domestic violence. They find out that the guy came from an abusive home with a father or stepfather that put hands on his mother. Those women will use that to get that man to do their bidding. That happens a lot. I made a video recently on my Jada Black channel, and I talked about how there was this woman, a single mother from New York, whose baby father lost his life because her new boyfriend took the life of her ex-boyfriend baby father. and the district attorney up there is convinced that she had something to do with it. And she was arrested as well. I believe she was let out on bail, but they believe that she set that up. And people wonder, how can a guy do that? A guy can do that because that woman manipulated his trauma against him and told him things like he put hands on her, he did those things, he did a whole bunch of different things to her, and that guy will believe it because of the things that he went through. And he feels like he has to save her.
Dose them with their triggers and their traumas to put them into fight or flight mode so then I could have more control over them.
See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. These women study and they look to figure out men so they can manipulate them. Why do you think you see women with highly emotional men? Highly emotional, highly sensitive, but it's very controlled because what they do is they use that man as an attack dog.
This is terrible. Oh my God. One person I had so stuck on me that he ended up sending me like $150,000 during the pandemic, and he was also like not getting anything from me, and I was like telling him to kill himself, and I was
You see that? I told you it's gonna be a lot to unpack here. It really is. She got $100,000 from this guy. Didn't do anything for him. This was during the pandemic. And she told him to off himself. Now, that wasn't that long ago. You know, she's telling this story like this happened 10 years ago or 5 years ago. No, this happened in 2020. That's why I don't buy that she has changed. I think she's exactly the same person that she's always been. She just got her heart broke. She got used and finessed. That's why she is making these videos pretending like she's changed. I don't think she's changed at all. You mean to tell me you got $150,000 from a guy in 2020, this during the pandemic? It could have been 2020. It could have been 2021. It wasn't that long ago. You haven't changed in that short amount of time. And she told him to off himself. And gentlemen, when a woman is asking you for money, you better believe that if she doesn't feel like she has to do anything for it, she's not.
Being really mean and making him cry all the time, and I would like lie to him, and then I would like give him like doses of like what he wanted, but like I was just mostly just really abusive. Like I was like just like, you're just such a piece of shit, and like nobody cares about you and all of that, because I was just wanted to keep him so I could keep using him.
Look, the mental abuse, right? The mental abuse. This goes on a lot, people. Women are very good at mental abuse. They are. Because women, you know, a lot of these women have trauma themselves. And what happens is they don't have any empathy. They have a disdain towards men. So what they do is they use men and they use their minds in order to control a man, because they can't control a man physically. So they try to control, they learn to control them mentally.
And I think that complete disregard is like just like the worst thing that I've done, like mentally, is that all of that that I just explained. I also admit there was like one point in my life where I thought that this was cool. Like I thought that like manipulating people and like having the ability to like implant thoughts into people's brains by like suggestive like thought was like cool, and I liked doing it, and now I feel disgusted, and I don't think that it's right.
I wonder when she came to that conclusion, because remember, she claims that she treated this guy poorly during the pandemic. So again, this could have been 2020, this could have been 2021. That's only what, a year ago, 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, when she possibly got this money and was treating this guy this way. Yeah, you look back on it now as it being bad because maybe that happened to you. Because I want y'all to understand, women don't treat men like that they're actually attracted to. They treat the nice guys like that. They treat the guys who are basically doing everything the right way. They may have a good job. They have their life together. See, she likes the worst of the worst, right? She doesn't like good guys. She saw a good guy that she can manipulate because she doesn't manipulate the quote unquote bad boys, you know, those guys that she really wants. I wouldn't be surprised if the money that was sent to her, she gave it to another guy, because behind every manipulative woman is a guy using her. Is a guy using her for money or for whatever. That's why she felt so empowered to do this, because the guy that she wanted, she already had, and she just used her, you know, she just used these other guys for money and resource. That's why you can't, listen, man, never send these heifers a dime, because they're always on some bullshit. And that's what went on in this situation. She was on some bullshit.
I know that people are probably gonna be like, wow, you're a piece of shit, but that's,
yeah, you are POS.
why I'm on here. That's why I'm talking. That's why I'm trying to be honest. So, yeah.
I want y'all to know, do y'all think her manipulation career is over? You know, people only become humble once they get humbled. And I think she got humbled, and that's why she's on here trying to tell people about her story. I think these are the type of case studies. You know, a lot of these Western women of today need to be case studies as the way they are, right? That's why a lot of men are not checking for Western women. This is what is here. These are the type of people we are dealing with. These are the cop callers, the false accusers, the manipulators. They are the main ones manipulating, scheming. So let me know in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts. Like this video and share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I'll see y'all next one.